Hello virtual racers, this is Jason for Pitlanes Sim Racing, and after some pretty catastrophic PC problems over the last couple of weeks, we are almost back in business, and to celebrate, our first video will be all about the new anniversary build for Automobilista 2 as we check out the 2021 Brazilian stock cars. So come and join me at the back of the grid for a quick 15-minute race where I ramble on about all things AMS2. Come and join me after the intro. Come and have some fun. Hello there sim racers, and welcome to the back of the grid here in Automobilista 2 as we check out the new anniversary build 1.1.3.5, and because I am a tin top nut, we are in the recently released 2021 Brazilian stock cars, specifically the Toyota. I thought these might be interesting cars to check out the majorly revised handling and physics for the drivetrain, where they've changed a lot of the values, friction values, which is said to improve drivability, specifically on corner entry and exit. Now, why you'd want to check them out in these big old tin tops? Well, we've got a V8 450 brake horsepower engine feeding everything to the rear wheels, and these things have got no traction control, no ABS, so they are about as raw as they come. So it'd be interesting to see how they handle now in this latest build that does mark 12 months since Automobilista 2 first hit Steam, went live, and what a year it's been. It's gone from uh-oh, what have Reiza done, to yes, look what Reiza have done. And this latest build, not only has it seen a massive physics, handling and force feedback update, but they've given the AI another going over, and they are putting up ever increasing stiffer competition, which just makes this sim more and more rewarding, not only from a driving experience but from a racing experience as well. But we'll come back to that. We're just briefly talking about these cars. So yeah, these are the 2021 Brazilian stock cars. We've got two models, Chevrolet, Toyota, both V8, both rear wheel drive, and both bereft of any driver aids. And as I say, this circuit is another classic example of why you need Automobilista 2 in your sim racing rotation. I went on to find out on the internet, finding more out about this series, because don't really know much about Brazilian stock cars. So I wanted to find out what circuits they raced at. Saw that this one was on the calendar, so jumped in, found it was on the sim, decided to check it out, and it's a brilliant little circuit. We've got these fast flowing sections, followed up by some tight twisty stuff, and with a car with no driver aids, you have to work at it. Now, I'd never known, I probably would have heard about these cars somewhere along the line, but you would never come across these sort of circuits in any other title. And what a crying shame, because we're missing out, or would be missing out on some fantastic venues to race at. So what do we think of the cars? Well, they're big, they're heavy, oh, and they are very brutish, very basic. But that's their key selling point. That is what makes you want to keep jumping back in this rather barren slab of a cockpit, because the driving experience is absolutely brutal. You're constantly having to make corrections as you desperately try and get as much throttle down as possible, but of course they're overpowered and undergripped. I'll tell you what they remind me of are the Aussie V8 touring cars. Similar sort of driving style, big cars, lot of weight, lot of power. But they don't slide about. There's no unnecessary movement. It's all very controlled. You know when it's going to slide out, which is primarily under acceleration when the car is still rotating as you're coming out of the corner, which is exactly what you'd expect. That pendulum effect of a big rear-wheel drive car. But it feels right, it feels natural, it's progressive. Oh, having a bit of argy-bargy there. And it is, because of the way the force feedback works, especially with my AccuForce direct drive wheel, is that you feel the wheel snap and you know exactly how much, just like that, how much opposite lock, so you can hold the slide, keep the car going forward, but you can't abuse it. You have to be realistic and operate within the understandable parameters of the vehicle. And for what appears on the outside to be, a boring, predictable Formula type touring car, is a really demanding sort of handful of a car to drive that is so rewarding. When you get it right, and one day I intend to get it right, and pull off a perfect corner, ooh, good perfect move, like that, nice little dive bomb there.
Clear on your right.
The AI fighting back.
Car right. Clear right.
See, now I got past the AI, but because I then overshot for that corner and had to slow down to make the apex, the AI came back at me, and that's brilliant. You want to be kept on your toes. You want to feel like, you are in a battle, and that each pass, requires an effort, and it is rewarding. And then, once you pass, you've got to keep your nose clean, you've got to keep pushing forward, otherwise they're going to grab that spot back.
Car right.
It's one of those sims that's hard to put your finger on or explain that
Still there.
one standout, that one key feature.
Hold your line.
Yeah. Apart from, the unique content that
Clear right.
AMS2 has. But there's a series of lots of little things they get right. For starters, we know the Madness engine looks brilliant, runs on just about
To go. 5
anything. This is no state of the art. It's 1080 Ti, Intel 8700K. So I'm a couple of generations behind, but I'm running everything high. It looks fantastic. VR with my Rift S is buttery smooth, and I can still have all the nice little eye candies, bits and pieces on. This is no ACC where you need to be right on the bleeding edge of PC hardware just to be able to turn the shadows on,
Car right.
And it,
Still there. Still there.
and it's
Still
got
there.
a nice big,
Clear right.
easy to understand UI. It doesn't take long to dive in, get racing, and it's all these little things, that add up to this sim, in my opinion, being right up there. Oh. And even though the multiplayer side is shockingly quiet and underused, thankfully, that you can get some really good AI track and car combinations and have so much fun. I know not everybody gets on with this game, and I think Reiza lost a lot of goodwill when it first came out, when they released version 1.0, and it well, let's just say it was a little rough around the edges, and I don't think people are too keen on coming back to it. But this sim title is much like Race Room, where the sim that you have today is unrecognisable from the hot lapping free-to-play sim that was first released many years ago. And this is the same. If you've got it sat in your Steam library, install it. Do yourself a favour, just install it.
That lap was at 124.3.
I can guarantee
2 minutes.
you will find a car and track combination that will just draw you in, and you will lose hours. Yeah, there's still some cars out there that don't quite
Car left. Clear left.
handle or don't quite have the level of force feedback that some of these newer ones do,
Left
but
clear.
apart from really focused titles like ACC, which have only got GT3, GT4 cars in, any sim that has a breadth of different
Car left.
cars
Sarah.
and classes, there are always going to be a few hit and misses along the way. But I think Reiza have got far more hits than misses. You will get you will get value out of this title. Right,
One more lap to go.
we're coming up to the last lap already. Well, that was 15 minutes around Londrina Long in Brazil. I'm sorry again for butchering that title. And once again, I have had so much fun, you know, as I race and ramble on. Hopefully some of it was coherent, some of it makes sense, but I don't apologise for the fact that I really like this sim. In my opinion, it is worth buying, worth installing, and worth spending some time on. And if you fancy giving yourself a little bit of a workout, a bit of a challenge, load up these stock cars. They are brilliant. Look, smile.
Nice. There's the finish. Good drive.
That's what you want. This is a hobby. This is something that we do because, you know, we enjoy it. We love sim racing. We love motorsport. So you want to jump onto something that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to get enjoyment from. And this is what this gives you. This is what these cars give you. Right, well, I think that's enough. That's enough from me for today. Hope you enjoyed our look at the latest build of Automobilista 2 in the 2021 Brazilian stock cars. And, you know, if you could just mash the old like button, I would be very grateful. Alright, as we come round to the pit lane, that's me done. Thanks for watching, and oh, hello. And we'll see you in the next one. But in the meantime, remember, race hard, always race fair. Bye bye.